skyldig kaupa flöj och fagrar årar fara brott med vikingor. Stanna upp i Stavni, stirra till runkneri, halda svart till havnar, hova man och annan, hova man och annan. Vad med din moder, att mer skyldig hava, flöj och fagrar årar, fara brott med vikingdom, standa upp i Stavni, stirra till runkneri, halda svart till havnar, hova man och annan, hova man och annan. Fatt med till min moder, att mer skyldig hava, flöj och fagrar årar, fara brott med vikingdom, stanna upp i Stavni, stirra till runkneri, halda svart till havnar, hova man och annan, hova man och annan. Fatt med till min moder, att mer skyldig hava, flöj och fagrar årar, fara brott med vikingdom, standa upp i Stavni, stirra till runkneri, halda svart till havnar, hova man och annan, hova man och annan.
They've chosen the wrong fight today! Bastards! I will cut out your hearts and eat them!
Well, hello, Kingsmen. Welcome back to the battlefield. Oh, you can hear the men cheering. They are excited to get this fight started. Yeah, we're back with some more of our scenario, our campaign, the Teutonic Wars. So I'm really excited. Got Pope John Paul and two other people do a 2v2. And of course, this is outside of Conrad's city, I guess you'd say. It's a foggy day, hard to see. He's issuing out. He's going to fight Lithuania and Bohemia. Now, they do have a disadvantage, of course, as, you know, based on the last battle. So our men have a little bit more chevrons, in fact, a lot more. I actually don't think I should chevron as much as I did maybe adjust that in future battles because I felt really bad. Because my troops definitely were a little better quality, even though they are all medium. It actually made me pretty almost dead even. I was at a slight disadvantage because he does have some heavies and I have no heavies whatsoever. I have no shock infantry either. So I was definitely at a disadvantage. I did have a lot of infantry though, as you can see. And yeah, we have the Slavs, I guess. We're using Kiev as the Slavs, and they have formed up in a line of battle. They have their archers up on the hill. They have some, trebuchets. Here's their shock infantry, heavy shock infantry that's issuing out of the city. The rest of their cav is, way out here. On the other side, you have more Kiev. They'll be facing off against Bohemia. Obviously, I'm playing as Lithuania. Now, they have just a lot of medium melee for the most part, but I do believe he has some heavy spears and then some shock infantry as well. Yeah, quite a lot of it. So, oh man. He does, thankfully, my ally does have some heavy shock and heavy spears, but a lot more. Oh, he actually has heavy melee too. What do you know about that? So, pretty well pitted when it comes to this side, not so much on this side. We also had 2 cav each on both sides, 4 archers max, and they can only bring 4 heavy shock. I can bring none. So I brought light warhounds, which honestly were pretty awesome. They look like they should be shocked. Look at these axes. But here we go. The general advance has been sounded as the Bohemians start their advance. Lithuania will be hopefully supporting. Have our first line of medium spears. Oh, look at these guys. They're just so excited to fight. Look at them. Pay attention to detail. Look at the difference in height of all the different units. It's just so cool. I love attention to detail. Probably one of the reasons I like NTW3 so much. Like, look, there's some dudes that are taller, some that are shorter. The different colors of the uniforms, spears. So awesome. So, of course, on this side, and of course with the fog, it's going to be a little more difficult to do stuff. Of course, we have what looks like cavalry shifting over to this side. Some heavy shock. I think every single person did. Look at that, though. These guys look like they are ready for business. Have the masked male. And facing them, of course, is some heavy shock, but then some cavalry of Lithuania. These guys are heavy as well. With the general along with them. Nothing actually happening yet. I think I definitely start making the advance first. We get our first archer fire. The first volleys, they're ready to fire. Focusing down some medium melee. Honestly, didn't know what to shoot at. Yeah. Haven't taken a single shot out of them. Ooh, they're hitting the shields a lot. We're gonna start the advance here. I'm pushing my spirits up. What I was planning on doing was a shield wall with just spears. Just to kind of start. Looks like, yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful position they have up on this hill. Kiev has the high ground, at least on this side. Over this side, it kind of slopes down. It's a little more even. So a little bit more of an advantage here. Archers are pushing up. Light bowmen getting into position. Archers are, man, look at the masses of troops, though. These guys seem totally ready. They're not even taking shield wall. Still taking a while to actually push forward. I'm kind of surprised here.
Why not give up now and spare yourself?
The cat calls are amazing. Oh, the answering volleys of arrows firing at some of these guys. You can see they have their shields up now, trying to stop that fight. Now, Let's see what's happening over on this side, because I actually don't know what happened over here. The archers are kind of firing back and forth. You have some crossbowmen versus some bowmen. It looks like the shock infantry are shifting up. Cavalry is going forward. We may actually have a cav engagement here. Yep, they're getting very close. Are we going to see our first engagement over here? Yep, we are. They're going in for a cav charge. Look at that. Cavalry on both sides. Spears, though, coming up to support this cav engagement. Over on this side, I do believe I engage on the right flank first, throwing up some spears, push up a shield wall to kind of goad them. I was hoping they would attack here. But I kind of got a flank. I pushed, actually, my troops around. Oh, I don't have the little draw thing. That's sad. I had, like, you know, the little drawing thing. But I was going to try to push the flank. This looked like the weak point in his line. His heavy shock was down the center. So, you know, I tried doing that. Now, we do have infantry engaging. You see the spears, though, going in. That is actually really smart of him, as the Cav's going to definitely do terrible against spearmen. The shock, of course, clashing. In fact, we have a clash along this whole left flank. Medium melee versus heavy spears. Now the heavy shock is in by themselves. They're probably gonna do well, but I mean, they're outnumbered, so that actually may make obsolete them. But the rest of the infantry looks like they're trying to push up. Still haven't engaged anywhere else. I am sneaking around the flank here. I'm trying to push this flank. You can see he's actually starting to shift a lot of troops over to meet this flank. I mean, I'm shifting everything. I have my cav, warhounds. I mean, I have tons of reserves, of course. But I'm shifting everything, guys. I love pushing flanks. It's the thing. Here we go. We have the kind of first part of this push, and even then, they're not engaged. They're just yelling and staring each other down. Look at that. Archers are firing on their archers. It's like counter archering. I'm going in with some, I thought it was. Here we go. I'm gonna maybe engage here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't remember what I was thinking. Oh, on this side, the cav is engaging. Oh, the general is getting attacked here. Heavy shock going in to kill the general. Hopefully they support that very well, because, oh man, this fight, this cav is losing decisively, and he is throwing up all of his heavy shock on this flank. It's very smart. Yes, general is losing. I mean, he's going to get a flanking charge here, but here comes the general for Kiev, King Conrad, in to save the day, potentially, as they're engaged in this fight. And tons of heavy shock going in. There is some melee. It looks like they came to help on this side. The rest of the infantry hasn't engaged yet. It's just a lot of skirmishers here. Now, this fight, honestly, that's looking a little rough for both sides. Over on this side, we do have enemy that are wavering. We have thrown in the melee to engage his heavy spears. All of my cavalry is shifting over to the side. I think I did that because, yep, his cav was over here. I did not want to, you know, get caught out here, but you can see we are winning. We had that flank going, and we have just extra troops. I have a spear wall, and they're hitting both the swords and spears. He does have heavy shock though coming over, which is going to be rough for us. We're finally engaged right here. He's thrown in some more medium melee. The rest of the line isn't really engaged, guys. Still a half of a line engaged. His cav is kind of shifting up. Heavy shock going in. That's going to start getting bloody. You can see here the heavy shock has thrown himself in against his general, losing decisively as well as his cav. This is bad. Oh no. His general's gonna die, and then the morale will be over. And more cav coming in. Gonna get some back charges probably here, as, oh, they are definitely losing here. But with some hammer and anvil with the cav, he's going to start winning that flank. Over on this side, enemies charging uphill. Heavy melee charging uphill. Oh, the trebuchet is getting some deadly kills here. Look at that. Just all along the board, enemies charging in. Wow, he went full on. Now, over on this side, we have gotten around. I sent the hounds in. Cavalry is engaging their enemy cav, trying to catch them out here. Just trying to push troops around the flank, try outflanking him. I think I was trying to catch his cav. I think I flanked it and attacked it in the flank, so, you know, good thing. And there goes the enemy general, killed. And things are not looking too good, guys. I mean, he's engaged on this flank. Their general has died recently, so that's going to really start affecting the morale here. Lithuania is struggling quite badly. Lithuania is struggling here. And you can see the Cavs now wreaking havoc on this entire line. This is a deadlock fight. This whole side's not engaged. I do believe, yep, I'm starting to like engage by the forest here. Gonna try getting some flanking charges, maybe. As the whole line is now engaging. I still have that beautiful flank pushing. A Cav, it's kind of dead even. I think I'm sending my general up, but we're winning this. Actually, it's even. So we were locked in combat for a very long time, but these heavy spears are getting attacked. I got a flanking charge off on them. The Hounds are engaging. These guys are losing decisively against the Hounds. I'm sending more Hounds up. Now this fight's turned into a massive slugfest, guys. Look at this. He has some more heavy shock, which are helping keep his line held. He has some spear walls still up. He's sending a heavy shock along the entire line. I was really worried he was going to try to flank here. I didn't have any... I mean, I had some reserves to push up, but he wasn't really pushing those troops forward. This line is now going to start slowly wavering because of all the troops coming in behind. I did not realize this happened, but I can see now why he lost so decisively, because I heard my ally begin losing. He was like, I'm losing. And I'm like, shoot, how? Now I see why. We do have, yep, a huge breakthrough, and now we are starting to hit the whole flank of his line. Sadly, he didn't have reserves really to throw in and stop this massive flank. Oh, look at the Hounds. Oh my goodness, they're going straight for the archers. Yeah, you're not going to take out archers. That like that's the best way to send dogs in against archers. You're going to just maul them up. Oh man, that guy, well, oh, the archers are going for the dogs. Yeah, these guys are dead.
Enemy units have been rallied.
Of course, you know, the dogs are going to get killed by infantry, but, you know, they're going to go mad. And now I'm throwing these guys in to help with this Cav fight. We got to win that side. Oh, man, it's getting laggy. There's so many units on the battlefield. I think I'm just keeping reserves just in case. At this point, I'm still not focusing on this fight. My ally is still holding, you know, as bravely as possible. He's just got to hold long enough for me to win on my side. And it's still in doubt, although I just won the Cav engagement. And now if I can throw my Cav and win this whole Cav engagement, I will have Cav dominance on this side of the field. I mean, his heavy shock is stopping this onslaught. He threw those heavy shock in. I'm still wearing away at this flank. Don't think I was actually wavering anywhere. I think I was doing pretty well. I was just worried about this flank, so yeah, I'm going to send forward my reserves to try to stop them from, you know, trying to shatter it. Here goes my general actually doing some back charges here. And yep, I'm going to get a juicy back charge. I think I'm going to help out with this Cav engagement here as my infantry keep pushing forward. I have this whole pocket of infantry almost totally surrounded. Man, it's a little laggy. I apologize for that. I mean, it's a lot of troops on the battlefield. He's sending over more infantry, trying to throw him in to stop his line from breaking as well. His general is still alive. We have won this Cav engagement, and guess what that means? More Cav now to charge in and start evening the sides here. I have some charged cavalry. I think that's going to go for a... Yep, look at this. Going for the infantry and the archers here. Just shattering the back lines here. I'm throwing troops forward. Having some wavering of my own. Over here, I mean, the general and the infantry are just starting to cave this flank. They're just pushing up masses of infantry. My goodness. The spears are trying to desperately hold back some shock infantry. It's not going to probably work as these guys just start pouring in. They're starting to charge these guys in the back, and it's going to be over. But he's bravely holding as long as possible. He has a better pocket resistance over here. And I seem to be doing decently well. Even in the forest, I seem to be holding quite well. My general is engaging archers, so I'm just running down all the archers, all the skirmishers I can. You can see This cavalry is getting back charges. I'm gonna try to maybe soften up even more, maybe go for some heavy shock. But I've won this flank, guys. I mean, my center is starting to break, so I'm having to push forward more troops. But I think I'm holding, and here we go. Charge in the back. These guys are exhausted, hitting the rear. They're going to start wavering and breaking. We do have a general v general over here. This was very risky. I don't know if I should have done this, to be honest. But both the generals are fighting. Where's my general? He has like a cool looking top helmet thing. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, wow. The two generals are engaging. That's cool, because General has a purple robe. That is cool. I didn't realize they were actually fighting each other. But I'm trying to save my general. I'm sending Cav in here. You can see I'm going to send some Cav in to help out here. Now, my ally... Oh, man. I have so much infantry here. And he had a heavier set army than I did. You can see he is pushing against a spear wall now. With no hope of defending his back. He has no reserves to stop them from charging him in the back with their heavy spears. I have broken through on this side. I'm going to start back charging here. I'm just trying to crush the enemy as quickly as possible. I'm definitely winning here. My Cav is engaging the general. He is in even combat. I'm trying to stop. I'm sending infantry. I'm trying to kill his general. That's what I'm doing. He's starting to rally. At this point, he can, according to the rules, he can fall back to the city and defend here as he's losing. Yeah, look at this back charge. I got on his men. Another pocket of resistance. The Slavs are in danger of losing this entire flank. He's still holding, though. Heavy spears attacked in the rear, but still holding. I'm just starting to circle men around here, trying to attack his flank, trying to wear him down, and hoping that my ally can hold long enough, although reinforcements are already starting to push over. In fact, even his general is pushing over here. I'm gonna say this is King Conrad. Oh, he got a beautiful charge on me, man. I didn't even notice that. Nice charge, hit me in the flank. His general's going in for some kills. That's gonna probably hurt quite a bit here, but I am breaking him still. I had a lot going on. I'm still engaged with the general.
Are broken and running for their lives.
I think I was trying to run down some of his troops over here. How many of the Lithuanians are left? Oh, there's 4 of them left. Oh, man. This is bad. I definitely saw how much of a pickle I was in. I see how bad it was now. Now I understand. A lot of things make sense in this battle. Oh, man, he's going to back charge me. Beautiful charge with the general. Still trying to engage his general. I'm throwing in more troops. I need to strike down his general. There he is. Purple robe. Who's gonna kill him? Come on, someone has to kill him. Nah, he's not dead yet. Oh, they're hacking away at him, though. Oh! Yes! We have killed the enemy general. So the mass rout is going to start. And not a moment too soon because, oh my gosh, look at this. Mass of troops. Some of these guys have barely lost any men. That was bad for me. Definitely bad. I'm pushing my skirmishers up immediately to start focusing them down. We basically won one on the other side. So I won on my side, and the enemy won on the other side. And now I'm just trying to form up. I'm trying to rally my troops, figure out where my strongest troops are. I'm very bad at organizing on the spot, but, you know, had to do it. And the slaughter. Whew. This was a bloody, bloody battle. And it's not even over yet. Look at all the death and destruction here. Many a poor man who will not be going back into that city. I'll tell you that. Oh yes, the artillery, the trebuchet began firing. And let me tell ya, they got some good kills. Look at that. Yeah, you guys aren't getting up from that. Man, that's a huge boulder. That's a huge. But I'm trying to form up my men into line of battle. I had some archers who finished getting all their ammunition. So yes, I did sacrifice them. They're gonna die. But they're gonna stop the enemy. They're gonna stop the enemy long enough for me to be able to form up in a line of battle, because here he comes. Oh my gosh. It looks like he has more troops than I do. I don't know if that's actually true. I think I have just as many troops. But I'm trying to, I'm throwing some troops forward to stop this fight, or at least stop him from being able to kill me. And we're forming up. We're using a grove to kind of push troops forward. I have my spears out in front for the most part. This left flank, I thankfully have some really healthy medium infantry. And the only advantage I have, guys, is my chevrons. I have way more chevrons, a lot of chevrons, compared to him. And that's definitely an advantage. I mean, these are medium melee. Where's his heavies? I think he only had heavy spears and heavy shock, which he's pushing forward quite a significant flank on this side. So we're just going to form up in a line of battle. Defense. Defense. And here they come. Attacking the shield wall first. We send some medium melee up, just reinforce that area. So we have two. They're attacking this flank as well. Saw some awesome kicking there. And here we go. They're charging the entire line. Oh, they got a flank on me. Yeah, I can't believe I left a flank here. I'm trying to use actually the rock. That's actually was intentional. I used the rock to kind of break up any formation so I could fight on two sides without having to let him really. I could leave my infantry right here to shoot. And, you know, fight around the rock, as it were. And to push forward some troops, try to get a flank here. He's formed up on this side. Oh, man, that's a massive force. I don't have enough, so I'm shifting any reserves I have to that side. He's massing up in the forest as well. Here we go. I got a flank, and then I'm going to engage here. He's countercharging, though. Yep, look at that. Look at that fight over here. This is gonna suck. Oh, look at how much they knocked him back. But they're gonna hold. They have to. This is it for me. And the artillery is firing. And my men are starting to waver. My cav's now going to shift up here. I needed to maybe try to get an edge here. There we go. Form shield wall. The artillery was extremely accurate. It was like slaughtering my cav. It was very sad to see. You can see I'm wavering, so I'm pushing forward the last of my reserves here to throw into this gap. He has some units over here fighting this one medium line infantry. These guys are wavering.
The men are running, cowards!
I think my cav's getting focused by archers, so I'm trying to just charge in and break up some of these swords. Gosh, can't talk. I'm gonna try to go for a flanking charge, maybe. No, I start going for archers, I think. He's having some wavering, but so am I. Those spears are getting hit with shock infantry, and they are breaking rapidly. If I hadn't been Chevron, I would have broken way long ago. But there we go. He had some cavalry charging in. Now they're gonna get surrounded, unfortunately. His general's coming over. I need to send them swords up. I could have sent them in, man. Over on this left side, I am breaking, unfortunately. My troops, I threw in my reserve swords, and I have one last spear reserve. The reserves are going thin. My general is over on this side. Trying to maybe hold down this flank. And he finally broke that pocket resistance, and here come more troops. Oh no, he flanked the flank. Actually, I have some swords just sitting here. I'm surprised I haven't sent him for. I was waiting for his men are exhausted. I would assume fighting these, and then I can send up reserves. That's probably what I was thinking. I have to remember what I was thinking in that fight. Oh yes, that's right. So Cav engaging his general, but he has spears helping out. So he began running behind my lines, which is not good. My general began wavering. Things are not looking very good for me, guys. I'm not looking good at all. My front line's getting hit with fresh troops from Kiev. Finally broke some of his heavy shock.
Our men run from the enemy. This is shameful.
Yeah, I was trying to exploit any gaps in the line I could see, and I do believe I saw like a gap right here. Where was it? There was a gap I remember exploiting. Maybe it was right here. Like, I usually would see this, form a column, run through, and then try to attack him on the flank. I love doing that. You can ask anybody that plays against me. I was starting to win on this side finally, but he has some heavy spears to throw in. But I was seeing maybe a potential to punch through this hole in the wall. And there we go, sending in fresh troops. His general, I'm surprised he didn't start back charging me. But here we go, I did break him in the forest. So now some medium melee is going to try to stop me in the forest. He has some archers still behind the lines firing, and more medium melee rushing up to reinforce. We did push him back on this side, so we're starting to see a breakthrough. But I mean, I'm having some wavering of my own. Yeah, I wish I could say I knew at this point who was going to win, but I definitely did not. I have one or two reserve. You can see his heavy shock is ready to meet him. So, I mean, it wasn't like I had like a super beautiful angle. My archers are going to try to pour in any volleys they can that are left. I seem to be doing decently well on this flank. I have two really healthy units against his pretty weakened units. The general died. Oh, that's right. I killed his general. That's right. I do remember that now. Yeah, I killed his general. Oh my gosh. This guy, I just got volleyed twice by crossbows. That was crazy. Trying to keep him nearby and inspire these men because I need to win on this flank, and I do. I do win on this flank. So I'm going to start pushing up my Papa Rally here to inspire my general to keep going. Oh, the artillery is firing still, and he is starting to cave in my flank here, charging me in the back. Uh-oh. Oh, no. My general just broke. The crossbows slew that general's bodyguard. Thankfully, I did win this fight, which is actually huge. I have those troops now. I can start pushing forward because, man, my center's looking kind of weak. He's pushing forward. He's doing actually a really good job pushing troops through, then to smack me in the flank. I'm just throwing everything I can at this one fight because my troops are wavering. His archers are getting some point-blank fire with the crossbows. Man. Oh no, he has a back charge of his own. I do. Ooh, my gosh. I am holding this line. But I'm losing this side. He's sandwiched a whole pocket of troops here that are just breaking all together. Man, that was a really good charge. He basically smashed these troops together. Hammer and anvil, basically. Caught a bunch of infantry out. And so I broke one flank and he broke the other. My troops did come back. I'm going to maybe try to take care of these medium crossbows, but I mean, he's pushing his flank forward. Oh man, this is going... Man. Where are these guys even firing? Oh yeah, they're firing over here. They're trying to focus down some infantry here. And you heard it. My men are wavering everywhere. I do have some troops that were in the forest that broke out, now trying to push back. Both of us don't have a general, so it's just a matter of, you know, I'm charging these guys in the back. They're exhausted. The general is been killed. I am going for a flank. I may have more troops at this point. Maybe. Actually, I think I do have more troops at this point. But, man, he keeps breaking through. Just when I'm starting to actually... Oh, and look at this pocket of men here. All of them wavering. I go in with a back charge on these crossbows. Try to break them. And there's mutual breakage happening on this side. But I think I'm actually starting to get the upper hand. Yeah, I pour a volley of crossbows against these medium melee and break them. All that's left is these... Ooh. Oh, man. The artillery really was an annoyance. And actually got some really good kills. On both sides. Here we go, though. A volley of crossbows in the backs of some shock infantry. You know, what can go wrong? I won this melee, thankfully, just because of numbers. I took a blow to the back of his head, and there's an arrow sticking out of him. Yeah, we broke him. And that, guys, was basically the fight. Yeah. A Pyrrhic victory. A Pyrrhic victory. Very, very bloody victory. And the thing I was talking with him about was, scenario-wise, the whole idea was that Conrad is issued out of his city to fight not in the city because, you know, there's different reasons you'll sally out, but he felt he could take a line fight or a pitched battle with some high ground with the opportunity to, you know, have his men be able to fall back to the city if needed and have a siege. What we discussed basically is Conrad and the rest of his troops would have fallen back into the city. It's very obvious that Lithuania was totally routed off the field, and Bohemia, who was me, doesn't have very many troops left. They do have some, so it's not like Conrad had a decisive victory. He still had to retreat inside the city and had heavy losses. So what's probably going to be simulated is a siege battle, but we're going to have reinforcements on both sides. So it's going to turn into just a siege battle inside. So no one really gets an advantage, I'd say, except for that Conrad doesn't throw back the Lithuanians. They still get to besiege the city. If he had won, if Conrad and Kiev, the Slavs, had won this fight, they would be safe from a siege and wouldn't have to try to hold a siege battle. Now they're under siege. The Teutonics get a chance to actually still show up now because their allies won while they're besieging. Man, look at the slaughter. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, the Teutonics are now getting an opportunity to actually be able to march out and join. That also means, though, that King Conrad has time maybe to, because the Lithuanians and Bohemia, the Prussian states, I'll just call them that, since they don't have the forces to encircle the city anymore, basically both sides, they can try to besiege the city, but Conrad's still gonna be able to. I mean, there's multiple ways to get into this city, so they're gonna be able to get reinforcements. It's a back way. Maybe we'll have a fight where, you know, you have to harass troops getting into the city. We'll see. They do something where reinforcements are able to, and the Bohemians have a small force. They can harass them, try to kill as many as possible, and they only get a certain amount of reinforcements. Still messing with the scenario and seeing how in deep depth we're gonna go with it and how many of the fights we're gonna have. But that is it. Pyrrhic victory. Victorious, but at what cost? I would say almost all paid the ultimate sacrifice. You can see the death and destruction on this side of the field. I mean, obviously, still, even over here, it would have been a vicious fight. But yeah, guys, that is the battle. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a lot of fun to actually play. Thanks to Pope John Paul. He does a lot of 12 AD. He's going to, I believe, do this replay as well. So, you know, probably interesting to hear his perspective on his side, hear what they were thinking, what they were planning, or what he was thinking as the enemy. But obviously you heard it from my side, so it'd be cool to hear from his side. And we're both probably going to be trying to cover this. The battle should get bigger, more people get involved, and yeah. Next battle will maybe be a siege or be a harassment of reinforcements. We'll see. But that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate the support. I know this is an NTW3 for all of those who subscribe to me for Napoleonic content. Just look at it as a bonus content. No, I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, thank you so much, guys. You guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video. Oh, wait. Hold on. I didn't show the results. Wow, I almost ended it without seeing the best part. Okay, so here are the losses and the kills. Yeah. So you can see definitely I was up against everyone here. So pretty even actually number of troops. I do believe he sent some of his troops over to help Pope John Paul, who had more troops than Adams did. However, I do believe, like I said, we chevroned up our troops a lot more. I felt really bad because they spent all the gold they had, and so did we, but we just have more as the attackers. But it ended up being, an advantage for us, as, Teutonics would have reinforced Conrad, and they would have been a lot more potent of an army. But he didn't get that. So, yeah, you can see, man, he got 205 kills with that trebuchet on me. Some of his troops, let's see, his heavy shock, I believe his cav didn't get very many kills, and his archers didn't get very many kills. Unfortunately, Kiev doesn't have very good tier troops at the, early tier. And yeah, and he did not get as many kills as I did. Got some juicy kills with some of these troops, especially my cav. Crossbows got some good ones. So anyway, guys, now for reals. Now I'll say adieu. Thank you all for joining me. You have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in another video.